L-aħħar parti tal-programm tagħna Frux infakkarkom illi eżattament wara Frux Nadja Borġ Bonaci bil-programm tagħha Xihlomt. Sa dan it-tant ħdejja għandi lill-hipnoterapista Deborah Marshall Warren fejn flimkien magħha ser nitkellem eżattament dwar x'inhi eżattament meta lejla tkellimna dwar hypnotherapy. F'dawn il-ftit minuti li fadlenna flimkien aħna sejrin nimxu pass pass dwar eżattament issa fil-konkret dawk il-kellima ta' qabel, dawk il-mistiedna ta' qabel eżattament x'qalu. Deborah, good evening.
Good evening,
and thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. What motivates people to try hypnotherapy?
The most frequent reason people come for hypnosis in Malta is self-esteem, low self-esteem, heightening self-esteem, self-confidence, anxiety, sometimes described in Malta as nervousness, depression. I do a huge amount with depression, anger, and generally wishing to be in a place of peace, a place of clarity, understanding, well-being, and sustainable health, and to reduce the amount of medications that many Maltese people are taking in the country today.
What do you think about the rate of, for example, relationships, for example? It's the most problem that the Maltese people or every human being in the world, it's a big issue.
The biggest issue is one's relationship, yes. Well, primarily the relationship with oneself, because the most important relationship we have is with ourselves and with our faith, and for us to love and be present with other people, we need to feel very comfortable in ourselves. So although people may perceive it as selfish to think of themselves, truly, if we are not in a great place, how can we help other people?
Yes.
So my place, my work is very much about you being in a place of peace and balance and well-being with yourself.
And what comments do people make after hypnotherapy?
It's amazing. They so often they feel lighter, they feel a sense of relief, they feel a sense of peace. Sometimes they'll say, I feel like I've changed my clothes. They feel a sense of well-being and a sense of joy and a sense of like they've dumped a few suitcases. It's a great way to lighten your life, to light up your life.
I see. If I have a problem, Deborah, and I have some issues, why would I choose? Why would I have to choose hypnotherapy?
Well, indeed, you wouldn't have to choose hypnosis. However, my experience is, Ivan, the bright, intelligent people can talk and talk and talk. And so the deeper mind, the subconscious mind, doesn't get a look in. So if a person, not always, but oftentimes, a person who is undergoing psychotherapy or other forms of talk therapy, bright, intelligent people can talk and talk and talk. So the subconscious doesn't get a look in. So unless the psychotherapist has a gift to circumnavigate the conscious, to access the deeper mind, the subconscious mind, a person can be in therapy for years and never get to the root, never get to the source. And it's not an elegant expression, Ivan, and I hope I'm allowed to say it on television, but what I do cuts the crap. It goes directly to, it's like accessing the track on a CD. You go directly to that track. You go directly to the point, the situation, the circumstance when anxiety first began, a sense of low self-worth first began or seeded within a person's life, or a sense of trauma, a sense of fear. So many people on the island have lived their lives in fear. Fear of of violence, fear of physical violence, fear of psychological violence. There's so many women who've grown up with fathers who created so much trauma in their lives. And if their mother left home, the mother couldn't necessarily say where she'd gone. So a child grows up with immense anxiety, because for a child, their parents are their ultimate security. Who is going to look after you if you're abandoned at 5 or 6 or 7 or younger? It's been an incredibly humbling experience to hear people's stories on the island. And in a sense, it is a psychotherapeutic history of life chapters on the island. People who experienced trauma in convents with the nuns, people who experienced such cruelty, it had such devastating impact on their lives and continues to hold court in their lives. And people come to tell their stories, but they also come to move beyond and above their stories, because of course the past does not equal the present. We need to be and live and embrace our lives in the here and now. But emotional fear feeds through into our present life until we cut that umbilical cord to our past. And my work, interactive hypnosis and therapy, can support people in cutting that umbilical cord, which is feeding through that sort of like invisible pipeline, so that a person is always looking through a rearview mirror of the past. It can help support them in sustaining their lives in the here and now, and living from a place of possibility as opposed to impossibility.
What is hypnosis?
Hypnosis, I say it simply. It's more than simply, but essentially the feeling is a deep sense of relaxation. You're very aware, you hear sounds.
And even during the session,
Absolutely.
you are aware.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's what we don't...
And it's not dangerous, or no?
Absolutely not. I mean, if you think, when someone has a panic attack, that is dangerous, then they go to their doctor and they give them medication. And yet, a panic attack is simply the body, the mind, informing a person to wake up to something deeper that is feeding through. And a panic attack can be a rude awakening. A panic attack makes no announcement. It just happens. It's like a volcanic eruption. But going back to your original question, hypnosis is very relaxing, and it's a place where you can access a deeper wisdom. So you can access a place that can inform you. It's a prayerful place. It's that place where people who pray or people who meditate, they go in, they also access that deeper wisdom. So for many people in Malta, it's not even an unfamiliar state, because they've already experienced it.
I see. And the hypnotherapy, not hypnosis, hypnotherapy, what is hypnotherapy? It's different.
Hypnotherapy is simply combining the state of hypnosis with a therapeutic modality, or a therapeutic choreography, if you like to call it that, which allows a person to take a journey to access circumstances or situations which may be impacting in their life in the here and now. A person can have had a trauma, they can have had a situation at work where perhaps they were bullied, or a situation at school where they were bullied by not necessarily by children, but by a teacher, by a school teacher who said they'd never achieve anything in their lives. And that life sentence, if you like, is still informing their experience of who they are in the here and now.
And why does hypnosis work?
Essentially it works because our rational mind, our logical mind, steps into the wings. So it gets out of the way. And what comes forward is the right side of our brain, which is the creative side, the intuitive side, that side which allows artistic expression. And so in hypnosis, the critical faculty is essentially stepping into the wings and allowing for that spontaneous, creative wisdom to speak.
Sometimes we said that hypnosis is so mysterious.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Well, it's mysterious in the sense that hypnosis has been portrayed in science fiction films. It was recently portrayed in a film called Trance, all of which the fictionalized experiences of hypnosis do not do therapeutic justice to what hypnosis can achieve for people. It is a healing modality. It allows a person to be in communion with themselves. So it's a heartfelt experience. It's a wholehearted experience, and it has nothing to do with stage hypnosis, Ivan. A stage hypnotic subject is someone who essentially has been chosen. I mean, a stage hypnotist will do something like a finger lock test, and the majority of the audience will just open their hands.
And
but
yes.
But there'll be a small minority who will not be able to open their hands, and a stage hypnotist will choose those people, and then they will filter them even further until they have a handful of people who are going to be great entertainment fodder for their show.
I see. And would you put people to sleep during the session?
I do not put people to sleep, Ivan. I help, I guide people into an altered state of awareness, if you like. But an altered state of awareness is a heightened state of awareness. I'm guiding people into a place of peace and relaxation. But in that stage, they are, in a sense, they are wider awake because they're accessing a deeper sense of themselves. But they are never asleep. Sleep is a state of anesthesia.
I see.
And in a state of anesthesia, one cannot speak. And the way I work, one is always participating in the process.
What can hypnotherapy cure?
It is superb at building self-esteem. It is tremendous at helping people realize that they can move from a state of depression, from a state of darkness back into the light, that they do not need to be on heavy doses of medication for the rest of their lives, which make them fat and create passivity. It can build confidence, it can build self-esteem, it can help people realize the best and the brightest of themselves, it can free people from fear, emotionally.
And it is specific?
It can be specific in ways, for example, someone might come for fear of flying, or you heard Michelle talk about a fear of mice, or it could be a fear of lizards, or it could be a situation, a medical situation like IBS, or high blood pressure. Hypnosis is incredible at helping people reduce their blood pressure.
I see.
Just being in a state of hypnosis will reduce the blood pressure.
Deborah, what is regression in hypnosis?
in my context, regression in hypnosis is essentially regression back to a younger self. And that younger self could be a 20-year-old self, it could be a teenage self, or it could be a child, it could be a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It could be an age where a trauma happened in a person's life. A father left, a mother left, a beloved grandmother died, or a grandfather died, or a sibling died, or a person failed a key exam at school. And these situations can effectively immobilize some people. We all respond so differently. One can never generalize with my work, because what could affect one person, another person would go, oh, that's not a big deal. So it's very personal.
Hypnotism and hypnotherapy differ?
Pardon me?
Differ? It's differ between, how do hypnotism and hypnotherapy differ?
Well, hypnotism. Well, hypnotism is simply the tool that guides a person into hypnosis. So hypnotism is essentially that process which takes a person into deep relaxation. That's it. Therapy is a way of using hypnosis to support people to heal, to grow, to expand, to grow their wings.
And can I be made to do something I do not wish to do? We heard lots of things about hypnotherapy, even on local stations. For example, you do this and you do this.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
In a therapeutic context, absolutely not.
It's not true.
I realize that Maltese people are exposed to Italian television. There's a lot of drama and dramatic, even in the UK as well. But these people have a different intention. And as I say, they're specifically choosing the people with whom they work for dramatic effect. I'm not looking for dramatic effect, only for a dramatic change, a dramatic healing change, and in you. So a person who comes to me is invited. I am asking permission every step of the way. I'm not, for example, I use something called a deepener, which literally and metaphorically takes you deeper into hypnosis.
I see. Does it work well with other therapies, Deborah?
It is very complementary. So if someone is on a psychotherapeutic journey with a psychotherapist, what my work does is it helps them fast track the process. So it helps them speed up the process, so they get more clarity, more understanding. They get to specific situations more quickly, and so they gain insight. So it can support a person in fast tracking the psychotherapeutic process in a positive way.
I see. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks for coming here.
You're very welcome.
Hope to we'll meet soon, even on this program Frux one day.
Thank you.
Grazie ħafna lil Deborah Marshall Warren tal-preżenza tagħha fostna. Jiena qedtilha li forsi anke narawha aktar fil-futur qrib minħabba li għandna diversi stejjer aktar fil-passat fuq dan il-programm fil-futur, skużawni, biex inkun nistgħu anke ngħinu anke lil dawn il-bnedmin li jiġu hawnhekk fostna. Sa dan it-tant għada programm ieħor interessanti mis-sensiela Frux, għada se jkollna magħna diversi bnedmin illi qegħdin jgħinu lil Maltin oħra biex meta imorru għal l-isptar f'Londra minħabba sitwazzjoni medika dawna isibu lil xi ħadd daqqatit u spalla ma spalla magħhom. Dan huwa aktar għada fil-programm fuq Frux għal ħabta ta' 8:30. Sa dan it-tant, sinjuri, aħna ġejna fit-tmiem ta' programm ieħor, nispera li kien ta' interess għalikom. Jekk għal jrid nittamaw li konna lejl tajjeb. Sa dan it-tant dawk li qegħdin jibatulna SMS u anke emails aħna se nweġbuhom b'mod immedjat. Sadan it-tant saħħa il-lejli tajjeb.